a new show called This Little Piggy this week. It was my first time ever on, and I don't think I needed to be. I was very confused. So Carl texts me Friday, maybe Friday afternoon. It was pretty close to showtime. And that he usually doesn't do that. He usually gives me at least a day's notice if he asks me to come on. And he says, hey, I know it's short notice, but could you do This Little Piggy today? If you don't know, This Little Piggy is a show where, similar to Point Dabble Point, they have a round table discussion about Aaron Imholt. So I said, sure, I would love to. I assumed someone bailed and they didn't have enough people on. And I quickly realized that wasn't the case when I saw the lineup was it's Carl, Moody, who's a regular host on the show. And the first thing he says to me is, he goes, I watch your Steel Toe stuff and literally nothing else you do. And I was like, nice, thanks. Why am I here? Hey, everything you do is horse shit, but I tune into some of it. Oh, thank you. Good to be here. And then Adam Bush, who's on, it seems like a nice guy. And then Geno Bisconte comes on. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to speak on this episode. I was like, fuck, why did they ask me to be on? So I was listening to Carl from yesterday, and I realized, I think what happened is Geno said he didn't want to do it. And so Carl was like, God, we need another voice. So he asked me to come on. And then Geno came on. Geno was like, oh, fine, I'll do it. Even though no one was really begging him. But I didn't understand this. Here's the problem, though. Like, you can't really fight with this energy because if you call Geno out, he'll go, yeah, I'm crazy. You know, which I think is a good quality in someone.
Yeah.
If you're like, Geno, what the fuck are you talking about? He'll just go like, you're right. I'm an idiot. So it's hard to really get into an argument with someone like that, but I thought this was unhinged on the show, and I didn't understand what I was a part of, so I wanted to address it real quick. So we have Geno going nuts on... So he was very subdued early on. He wasn't really talking at all. But then out of nowhere, he kind of launches into this. So the discussion preceding this is basically... April being a victim, and Geno's on a rant of what a bitch April is, and she's manipulative in her own right as well as Aaron, blah blah blah. And then Moody makes a point, and that's where we pick up here.
You can, I think it's.
By the way, hold on one second. I should also say this clip is from our friend Doom. This is how convenient.
This is Doom.
This is Doom. Everyone, calm down. But I wanted to say, this is how convenient Doom makes things. I was on the show and know exactly when this happened, and I still used his clip just because it was more convenient. So thank you, Doom.
April, she does plenty, and she said plenty to make someone not like her, but she can also be a victim at the same time.
Moody, how many times have you hung out with April?
I've never hung out with
Shut the fuck up, Kiwi. That's what you do. That's it, Moody. You're like, I think, shut the fuck up. You'd never met her.
This is out of nowhere. There's not this long thing of like, I know April better than you do, Geno. There's not this long build up to it. It's just like out of nowhere, he's like, fuck you. You don't know her. Now, this is a show. None of us know anyone. You know, it would be like if you went on a sports talk radio show and we're like, are you friends with LeBron James? You bitch.
I'm
talking about things I'm interested in. I don't know.
Did you just backhandedly compare Aaron to LeBron James?
In Aaron's mind, he's the LeBron James of broadcasting. So I think it's an accurate, I stand by it.
How dare you?
He's the LeBron James of St. Cloud Radio.
Okay.
The life like all these other fucking in the Dabbleverse. Shut the fuck up with your opinion. Tell me about people you know. That's the fucking problem with all your fuck. You know what I think?
Was that me?
Because you
That was you just laughing going, I'm
in stunned disbelief. Because he goes, shut the fuck up with your opinion. It's an opinion show. It was wild, like, for him to come on this show. But again, this is I guess the nice thing about Geno is, like, I think I said to him later, like, you came on a show where we give opinions about this guy. What did you expect? And he's like, you're right. So it's hard to argue with that energy, but this was wild.
live your fucking life with these fucking assholes.
Well, he was just saying that she can be a
Shut the
victim as
fuck
well.
up. Let the chat shit on me, but that's the lesson you need to learn. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is, Moody. Like, Moody, did we not meet?
You tried to
and
speak.
we hung out, and you said, "Can I tell?" I said, "You're going to tell." You're like, "I'm going to tell." What's a fat tits? And I go, "Of course you are." And we had a nice give and take, right?
Yeah.
Because we know each other. So as a friend, I'm telling you, shut the fuck up and talk about things.
Well,
you
hold
know.
on. I would, if I wish I could have said this on the show, but I would have said, Gino, you met the guy once. You don't know him. You don't know Moody because you met him once at Stand Up New York or The Stand or wherever the fuck they were.
It's true.
That's where this is all so weird. Like, Gino's in this world of it annoys me because Aaron does it also. This idea of like the Dabbleverse sucks and it's full of criminals. It's like, well, no, they're much like planet Earth. Some people are good people, some people are bad people, and some are in the middle. It's the same when you talk about whatever. Like if you talk, all cops do this, or all teachers are like that. It's very silly to generalize in that way. Now, the only people paying attention to Gino are the wretched Dabbleverse contributors that he's talking about. So I don't get why he's so angry. I couldn't figure out what he meant. And then I had to leave at 5:30. So I think this just ends with me, not the clips that we have, but this show, like, my contribution on it ended being like, all right, bye, guys. I know I haven't really spoken today, but thanks for having me.
I filled in the screen.
Bring yourself to the level of this bunch of in the chat. Fair?
I think she is a victim. Absolutely, I think. Like, look.
Well, you don't have to know her personality. You don't have to hang out with her to know whether or not she's a victim on this.
Yeah,
though,
like
Gino.
she was going, look, imagine you and Keanu are married for whatever reason, and then Keanu goes and runs off with someone else.
Why? Wait, why? Why do I have to? Why do I have to? You have to tell me why I have to imagine that. Why do I have to imagine that?
You have troubles with your wife, and she got hooked on some drugs from someone, and she's gone and run off with them.
Why did she get hooked on drugs?
Well,
Are they saying that it's not her fault?
I didn't know what was happening.
Okay.
It was very tough for me to contribute. It was all very serious. Like, even you heard Carl jump in there and go, hey, you don't need to know her to know whether she's a victim. And I was like, I thought we were going to laugh about the goal. I thought we were like, hey, Aaron's a crazy guy, right? This all got very serious. And then Gino's like, Adam, you're with me, right? And Adam's like, as a matter of fact, I am not. This Adam Bush, I like this Adam Bush guy. He's got a very unique
NPR
way
voice.
He's got a unique way of talking where he's like, you'll ask him something simple, like, hey, do you think John's a drunken idiot? And he'll pause and he'll go, what's truly interesting about this Dabbleverse? It is akin to, and then he'll have some analogy that I can't follow. And literally on the show, Adam Bush made some analogy that I was like, oh, that makes sense. And Carl goes, wow. And I was like, all right, we're not watching Nikola Tesla work here. He just said Aaron's kind of an ass. Carl's mouth was agape. My God, Adam, you've done it.
Clout
But
chasing.
no, wait, you know what, Moody? I'll tell you why. Because they wanted to hang out with Recatus for views, and then they're like, "This will be great." And then, and then fucking Recatus, who made all his fucking money doing LawTube shit and was already married with 5 kids, wanted to fuck someone else's wife.
Right.
But you're doing this like it's normal.
All of that. Yes.
When I'm giving you the specific what happened.
Yeah.
Also, Gino wasn't giving any specifics. I remember Carl asked Gino at one point, like, "Hey, so did Aaron tell you about what was going on with April before we knew about it or after?" And Gino was like, I don't know. It was whenever I started doing his show. So everyone was like, oh, so after. So it was not like having an insider there. Gino didn't know anything. All right. So I think here is where you tell where I'm very lost.
Unrelated, HACKRIDE just commented in the chat that he downloaded season 7 and 8 of Quincy and is putting it in the drive.
HACKRIDE, you son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's HACKRIDE, baby.
I hope he's not joking.
I hope that's true.
I will be very upset.
That's big. Don't tease us like that, HACKRIDE.
That is the most important thing you could have said.
That's big. Fuck this Geno nonsense. I hope that if true, HACKRIDE, excellent work, because even the Warthog couldn't find it.
The Warthog's idea was my joke idea.
The Warthog has proven himself in this Quincy experiment to be a real buffoon, quite frankly.
This is
the smartest man I know.
He's a real Sam.
He really is. He's more of a Monahan, if you ask me. Guys, subscribe to the Patreon and you'll be howling at those jokes.
Yeah, seriously, you'll get it. You'll get it.
All right, back to Gino.
Bring back HACKRIDE games. I agree.
I don't hate that, but he's very big. He's got an album to work on.
That's true. He's got a record.
No, I'm sorry. Casey has an album to work on.
HACKRIDE Studios.
HACKRIDE probably has plenty of time for games.
That's true. That's actually your point. This next clip is just entitled "I Was Lost."
I'm befuddled here. I'm talking about it now because I'm not a big like, hey, you shut up and let me say it. I was just confused. I didn't know it was happening. So I guess I wanted to vent before we moved on from this.
That's what you do. You're them. You're living their lives because do you not like yours? Why don't you spend less time fantasizing about what they would do and fix fucking Aaron's fucking voice on the fucking AI chat?
All right,
That's what I mean. But
now he's making a point.
You get sucked into this world and say to me, hey, but imagine you. Why would I have to imagine that? Because I'm 55. I've got enough realities I've lived through. I've lived many lifetimes, and not in a single one of them did I say, you know what I mean?
So let me tell you. Let me tell you what I want to say there. What I would have loved an opportunity to say was, Gino, you're on the show. I don't understand. I didn't get why he was on. He's like, why would I talk about Aaron Imholt? It's like, I don't know why you'd talk about it. I don't know why I talk about him, but you're on a show that talks about him. So it's very strange to be like, well, why? It's like if I went on, if Craig invited me on Jerry's show and I was like, why do you care about politics? Well, I don't know, but that's what we do.
It's true.
Fucking wife.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Adam, am I wrong? Stop, Adam. Fucking be the arbiter. Am I wrong, Adam?
This is great. This is where Gino's like, come on, Adam, back me up.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
And then he puts you to sleep with his smooth voice.
Be a victim, and Moody has a point, and he's allowed to say it, and it's true because you, of all the reasons you just said about everything that Aaron did to her.
He's like, Adam, you're with me, and Adam's like, no, the opposite, actually.
No, I'm not.
He's such a nice voice. I like that. Adam Bush could lull me to sleep. I like that voice.
It really is nice.
It was weird though. There were a couple times where Adam Bush seemed annoyed being there too. I didn't understand what I was a part of. Carl was like, you want to come on and talk Aaron? And I was like, yeah, we'll make fun of how he talks about the goal and how he thinks he's the greatest broadcaster of all time. And all of a sudden it was, she's a victim, damn it. And I was like, where am I?
HACKRIDE just said 100%. So assuming he has it.
That's very exciting.
That is.
All right. So this Tuesday, we're back.
Should be next Tuesday, unless we do a Quan day.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, maybe a Quan day might be in order because the people need Quincy.
That's right.
So we'll figure it out. All right, so that's all. I just wanted to clear that up because I was too much of a coward to speak on the show. I couldn't get a word in edgewise on Friday. So
I'm gonna go through these super chats real quick because some of them are related to this.
Okay, perfect.
Not this first one. Good morning, Dominic, $2. Good morning, Gearheads. Miss you, Craigers. I don't know why he said that.
This is what Craig's been doing all morning. He's like,
no, hold on.
I think it's. He's trying to get it in on this topic. He's like, I really miss Craig. He's the backbone of the show. I don't.
Hold on.
Do you know what this means? I can't translate it.
Dawn Fried Chicken, $5. Craig, my daughter said the quote tickle monster end quote slept in her sleeping bag when she went camping with you and your kids. Care to explain?
Do you care to?
Nope, that did not happen.
Okay, so no comment is Craig's official stance on that.
Starberry, $20.
Well, thank you, buddy.
So glad Craig was able to bond out. Kids lie, Craig. I believe you. The fans believe you, and hopefully the jury will too.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment.
Yeah,
I think we all believe Craig.
DJ Electra gifted 5 Blind Mike Project memberships.
No. You're too kind, Electra. The staff shouldn't be doing that. But thank you, Electra.
Box Eating Dad, $2. I hope this is Box Eating Dad and Box Eating Dad only. $2. I hope Gino catches a hot bag with some Fent.
He seemed unhinged, but I guess that's how he always is, kind of,
Yeah.
And then, like I said, you hit him with logic, and he's like, good point.
Dominic, $2. Mike, I love you on most shows, but I had to skip this.
This?
No, the Gino show.
Oh, well, hey, what can I tell you? I wasn't on the show, so don't worry about it.
He was just kind of watching like us.
I contributed the exact same amount as if I was watching on my phone.
Don Fried Chicken, $2. Gino ruined the whole show.
Yeah, I think Carl's heart was in the right place because I guess there was some news about Gino involving Aaron. I feel like we never really got to it, though. Gino's the kind of guy that talks about what he wants to talk about. Like, if you ask him a question, it doesn't matter what you just said. He has points he wants to make. He's not responding to anything you asked him. And like somehow, like COVID will get brought up, and you're like, "What? Where are we?"
You're not on compound anymore. Relax.
Right.
Port Film Co-op, 2 somethings. I don't even know what that is. $2.
Thank you.
3 of them look like Joe Matteries. Red 473, $5. Gino is also an e-beggar like Aaron, so it's weird that he's on there. Hypocrisy Police pulls up shirt.
Yeah, I heard that got brought up. I don't know enough about what Gino's doing to confirm, but I do know Aaron was ranting about it one day, calling Gino a beggar, which Aaron's definitely not. So
No, definitely not.
I don't know. There's too many wars going. I brought this up before I left. I was like, at least let me say one thing on the show. I was like, why is Patrick Melton threatening to sue her? We'll get to that later in the program. If you guys are good, we'll hit the goal today. But yeah, it was all. There's a lot of anger, and I'm more of a like, let's have a few laughs kind of a guy.
Port Film Co-op, $2. HACKRIDE is way better in text only. I got to be honest, HACKRIDE just sent me a text with all the files downloading to the drive. So
wow, how did he do that so fast?
I don't know.
No, here's the real question: how did he do it so fast? And Craig was combing through DVDs.
He knows the dark arts, man. I don't know the dark arts. And lastly, for now, Casey Debris, $5. Gino ruined that show. I can't stand him. Glad I'm not the only one. I really wanted to enjoy it too, especially since you and Adam were there.
It was the consensus. Maybe they'll have me and Adam back on sometime because I think we could have made some good points. But
go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.